Hey everyone, it's Laura here and welcome to another Saturday STEM Day video. Today I'm going to be using the February 2014 card kit from Simon Says Stamp. Okay, so this is the card kit and I'm first going to use some of the pattern papers. Let's see. So I'm going to use about 4 or 5 patterns on this card, and then I'm going to cut out some banners so I can adhere them on a piece of white cardstock. So I picked out 5 pattern papers from the card kit. So I have different patterns, and then I also have a little bit more of a solid pattern in here. So I'm going to cut out some banners out of this paper. Okay, so first I will cut a banner from 3/4. And I'm just going to leave it like this. So this is 6 inches long, but I'm going to use my scissors to cut a banner out of it. And then the last one, I'm going to cut this one to 3/4 as well. And I'm going to leave it 6 inches long. Okay, so now I'm going to take some of the white paper from the kit. So this is the Marshmallow. I'm going to cut that to 3 3/4 by let's see, by 5 inch. Okay, and then I'm just going to start cutting out banners from these strips of paper. And then the last one, I'm going to cut this just a little bit thinner. I'm going to cut it to 1/2 inch. Okay, and then, yeah, I'm going to cut another V-shaped banner. I always want to say a banner, I'm not, no. There we go. Okay, so I'm not a huge fan of the way it looks now, so I'm just going to reposition them all. Okay, let's see. I'm going to keep this one over here, pieces, and then I'm going to start adhering them on the card. So I'm going to pick those up, and then I'm going to adhere this one first. Okay, so I'm going to replace this banner by this color. So it's like the 4th time I changed the banner, so I hope that I will like this one. So I just hope that I will like this one. So I'm going to cut it to 3/4. And then I'm going to cut off this edge. Then I can adhere that down. Okay, so I first need to adhere this one. Okay, so I'm going to cut off these edges with my scissors. You can also do this with your trimmer, but I like to use my scissors this time. Okay, so I'm going to stamp the sentiments on some vellum, and I'm using the Thinking of You stamp set from Simon Says Stamp, and this one is also included in the card kit. I'm going to stamp the Keep Smiling sentiment. So I'm first going to cut out a piece of vellum. Okay, so I'm going to cut this to 3/4 by 1 and, or no, let's see, I'm going to cut it to 2 3/4. Okay, so I'm going to use some flour first. Instead of a powder bag or a Martha Stewart embossing tool. It's like the powder tool from Martha Stewart, I mean. So I'm going to... And then I'm going to take my sentiment. I'm going to use Versamark ink to stamp my sentiment first. Okay, lovely. And then I'm going to use again some white embossing powder from Wow. And then I'm going to heat that up with my heat tool. Okay, so I'm going to stamp a really cute image, and I'm going to use the Missing You stamp set from Hero Arts once again. I'll be using the owl instead of the sheep, like I did, you know, last video, and then the video before. I think I used the video before as well. So yes, but this time I'm going to use the owl. Okay, so I'm going to stamp that. On some heavyweight cardstock from Simon Says Stamp. And I'm going to use Memento Tuxedo black ink. Okay, so I'm going to start coloring now. I'm going to speed up this part just a little bit, and then I will see you when I'm done. Okay, so I just finished coloring the little owl, so I'm going to cut him out and then I can adhere him on the card, on the piece of paper, I mean, because we still need to fold and cut the card. Okay, so I'm going to fuzzy cut my little owl. Okay, so I just cut out my bird. And then I also have the vellum sentiment over here. So I'm first going to adhere the owl onto the piece of paper, and I'm going to use scrapbook adhesives. Okay, so I'm going to add some adhesive behind the sentiments. I'm using my Tombow Mono multi-glue, so I'm just going to add a couple of dots. Okay, just like that, and then I'm going to use some enamel dots to embellish it a little bit. Okay, I'm going to use the Cambridge Quartz Kate & Co enamel dots from My Mind's Eye. Okay, so now I can adhere them on the cards. I just always like to place them first without adhering them because I just always want to reposition it afterwards. So yeah. Okay, then over here. Oops. Okie dokie. And then, of course, I'm going to add some sparkle onto the little belly of the cute owl. And this is the Clear Wink of Stella glitter pen. I'm going to take the Marshmallow cardstock from the kit and I'm going to cut it to 4 1/4 by 11 inch. There we go. Okay, and then I'm going to take my scrapbook adhesives again. Okay, so that finishes up the card for this week's Saturday Sunday video. Thank you so much for watching and I will be back next week. Bye!